We're live, but we're...
Oh, that's better. Hi, everybody. Nice to be with you. Happy Global Bars Day 2018. I wonder if anybody's out there. I wonder if anybody can hear me. If not, I'm broadcasting alone. It looks kind of like Nebraska behind me. Let's see. There it is. There's the stuff. There's the room, the whole, backyard and everything, that sort of thing. I cannot tell you what a pleasure it is to be with you all. And thank you for those of you running bars around the world. And thank you for the little hearts going across the screen. That's like one of the best things ever. Oh, wait, let's try to get good lighting. Good lighting for Global Bars Day. Oh my God. Wow. Hi, there's my house. And it's done. Finally, it's done. It's been 4 months since Hurricane Harvey. It is not only done, darling, but it is actually better than it was before. So I hope you can hear me okay. If you can't, please let me know. Wow. What we have in our hands with bars is... Why would somebody call me? I'm doing a Facebook Live. Very unkind. Anyway, what the gift that we have in our hands with the bars is one of the most amazing things that I can even begin to describe. And the beauty of it is it doesn't have any words. It doesn't really have any description. People lie there, and the beauty is they actually learn to receive. They actually learn to do this thing that when you actually allow yourself to receive, everything in your world starts to change. And I think it's one of the greatest gifts we can give people. One of the greatest gifts we can give anybody is to gift them this possibility. See, what we're doing is we're accessing something that really doesn't exist in this reality. And a lot of times people are like, well, what do you mean this reality? Well, I think as humanoids, we know what we mean by this reality. It's just everybody else who requires an explanation. This reality's all that stuff that sort of sucks, that requires judgment, that requires you separating from people, that requires you not to have the joy of being alive, that requires you to, feel bad about you and wonder what you've done wrong and all that sort of stuff. And you know what? It's like what we're doing is actually inviting a possibility into existence where that doesn't have to be the reality people choose. And I know a lot of you know this. And I just wanted to be here to share in the enthusiasm and the excitement of Global Bars Day around the world, where, man, if you're not part of the Global Bars Day group, please join it, because it is one of the coolest things. I saw the posts from the time I woke up this morning, and people all around the world are getting together to do this thing. Let me tell you a little story. It's like I've just been doing this stuff for the last 17 years. I started doing it because I had a bar session that literally saved my life. And, a lot of you may know this, a lot of you may not, but it literally saved my life. And when I say literally, I mean literally, not when people say literally, but it's not literal. Like, I mean literally, it actually literally saved my life. Because I was going to die prior to that bar session. I was actually going to end my own life. Such was the state of my life at the time. And had this bar session, and it changed my whole perspective on what was possible. So I've been doing this, Access Consciousness, for the last 17 years. And usually what happens is I show up, when we have a class I'm facilitating. And in order to get there, usually people have done, foundation or ESP or another class. And so what I see is a lot of people who've done Access for a while, etc. Well, I was getting my haircut at my sister's salon in Glendale, and I was laying there getting my hair washed, and I didn't know it, but they were having a bars trade that day. Ooh, I have that message. Goodbye. Okay. So they were, wow, I look a little blown out there. So they were having a bars trade that day. And so I'm laying there getting my hair washed. My sister's washing my hair, and these people start piling in to run bars. And this is, like people you would meet that would live next door, that would live, in the apartment building you live in, next to the house you live in or whatever. And they're like, yeah, cool. Can't wait to do this. And I literally started crying there in the little basin while I'm getting my hair washed. And I was like, wow, this is touching people around the world. And one of the things that Gary said to me when I first met him, he said, look, I'll know Access is a success when everybody around the world has these tools and nobody knows my name. And I thought, how different is that from everybody who sort of wants to be the star or wants credit for it and all that? And I heard those words and I went, you know what? I am on. I am on, and this is something that I would like to contribute to also. And having these people pour in for this bars trade, they didn't know I was going to be there, and it was just this thing where I saw that people are choosing this for themselves. And this is the gift of this. It's like you choose it for you, okay? You choose it for you, and you choose it because you know it's going to create something for you. And as in everything, you know, sometimes you get the most amazing session in the world, and then sometimes you're like, I wonder if anything happened. Yeah, well, guess what? That's not because you're wrong. That's the nature of everything in this conscious journey. So please know that this is something that occurs, and I love it. The bars have been nothing short of a miracle in my life on all levels. I was dying before I started Access. Now I'm planning the next 50 years of my life and have changed everything I thought was impossible. That's friggin' awesome. You know, to be part of bringing that to the world, you can think of no greater gift. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm just going to say for the last 4 days, I have been so friggin' cranky. And I was cranky, and then I'd be happy, and then I'd be cranky, and then I'd be happy. But primarily for the last 4 days, I've been cranky. I've been saying to my best friend, Gary, the founder of Access, will you run my bars, please? He's like, I would love to, but I don't have time because we're doing so many things, right? And we were just on a call called Bypassing the Stupids. And I finally realized what it was. That there's an energy that I have, that we haven't been using, that would sort of end the stupidity in our lives and end the stupidity of the people around us. So I'm just going to ask you all, because you know what I'm talking about when I say stupidity? You know, like when people are slow, when people are mean, when people are unkind, when people aren't doing what you know they can do, knowing what they should do, knowing what is actually possible. Will you now just claim and own the energy to change that? To be whatever kills the stupidity in our world? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So, wow. Because this thing that we're doing, this consciousness, where we're looking at things from a different place. You may not yet realize what a gift it is to the world to have you here making the choices that you're making. And I am going to be the first to tell you I realize that sometimes it is not easy. Now, many times, it's the easiest thing, the funnest thing, the most amazing thing. But when you start to realize you have an awareness of reality in the world that's different than the norm, that's different than other people, and of course, you've probably been made wrong for it your whole life. But when you start to recognize that you have an awareness of something different, not necessarily the easiest place to be. So one thing that helps a lot is bars. Another thing that helps is, if I were able to actually choose the reality I would like to create, what would I choose, and what could I choose, and what can I choose that I haven't yet been choosing? So those questions. And then also, if you start to look from the place of, this reality is inside of you. You are not inside of it. Okay, you probably heard, if you've been doing low power mode, better be a quick video, otherwise my camera's going to go bye-bye. If you've heard this thing in Access Consciousness, where we talk about you're an infinite being, if you start to look at that, I mean, if you just explore it for a moment, if I were truly an infinite being, what would I choose and what would I have available? And in this particular case, if you look and realize you're an infinite being, what would infinite actually be? It's like infinite is big. It's bigger than the universe. It's bigger than this reality. In fact, it's so big in comparison to this reality that really, if you look at it, this reality and all of its rules and all of its limitations and all of its judgment and all of its wrongness and all of its trying to be right without ever succeeding is kind of like a cotton ball in comparison to the sun that is your reality. If you'd allow yourself to recognize this reality is inside of you, you are not inside of it, what else would be possible? if you would start to recognize that this reality is like a cotton ball in comparison to your reality, which is more like the sun, would you be willing to burn up this reality in favor of the intense potency, the intense joy, the intense non-judgment, the intense sense of possibilities that is yours? So just, inviting you to that possibility. And also, if you start to recognize that the difference that you are is actually part of the greatest gift of you. That difference is what opens up a space of possibilities for everything to be different in the world. And if you could acknowledge that and you could start to choose it, what's possible? Well, the bars do that. Now, you probably haven't heard yet, though you may have heard it alluded to. We had a bar study done. I don't know, it was finished over a year ago. That one still, I don't believe, has been published. But we just had a second bar study done that indicates that bars apparently is highly effective for handling depression and anxiety, etc., etc., etc. I'm telling you about that so that you can get excited about it, but I can't quite give you the link. I can't quite give you the information yet because it has not been in the print publication yet. And until it is, unfortunately, I can't give you that. But there's a wonderful person out there who is an Access facilitator, actually, an Access bars facilitator also. And she's also a neuroscientist, and she's awesome. She's just fucking cool. She is just a really cool person who's interested in showing what's possible. And so she has authored this study, she's done the study, and it is phenomenal if you read it. And the beauty is, even though it's really complicated, a lot of it in what it says is actually in plain English, or the results of it at least are in plain English. So it's a really cool thing to have what we've known. If on the playlist for the Global Bars Day, one of the things was Gary and I there with Dr. Fannin on stage at this event that we were participating in. And what happened was, so Dr. Fannin was invited to this event, as Gary and I were invited to this event by a sweet lady that her husband, she and he did the event. And she loved Access, and she's like, you guys need to come. So we came. And the whole time she's like, look, Dr. Fanny, you need to get your bars on. You need to get your bars on. You need to get your bars on. And he's like, no. He's like, but fine, I'll study this. He's like, look, why don't you, I'll hook up my EKG stuff to people's, EKG? EEG? EEG. I think EKG is for your heart. Anyway, he hooked up his little electrodes to people's heads. Two people got their bars run by a person who was not Gary and was not me. A wonderful lady who lives in San Diego. Her name is Jessie. Sorry, my ADHD is kicking in big time. She ran 2 sets of bars on 2 different people while they were being studied. And what he did is he took all the info, and it was a long day, so he went out with his team for dinner and then went to bed. He wakes up early in the morning to crunch the data so he can do a presentation in the morning if there's anything to present. He calls his team at 5 in the morning and said, oh my God, I have never seen anything that creates the results in brainwaves that this does. You need to get over here. And what he found was the bars created dynamic changes in people's brainwaves. And if you watch that video, it's interesting because he's talking about all this stuff, and none of us have a freaking clue what he's talking about. Except when he got to the part where bars increases your sense of connection with the universe, there's a dynamic increase in level of creativity, and there's a dynamic increase in the brain waves that indicate connection with the universe and gratitude, and those senses of space that we all know occur when running bars. We were like, yes, this is so awesome. We were so excited to have somebody who was actually scientifically validating or acknowledging what we've known, because we've done this for years without any science behind it, so to speak. We did it because we saw the results that it created. And I gotta say, probably like you, if it didn't create results, I wouldn't do it. It just wouldn't, no matter what it is, no matter where it comes from. So we have another study that's coming out that will actually be published, and we will let you know about that as soon as we can. Believe me, as soon as we can. So I want you to know that too, that science is now getting behind us. Great. Awesome. And for those of you that are like, I don't really need the science. I know, me neither. I haven't needed science for 17 years, and I have seen some of the most amazing changes in people. And it's been one of the greatest gifts of my life. So, here we are at the beginning of 2018. I feel like Miss Piggy. I have a little frog in my throat. I apologize. At the beginning of 2018, rather than making goals, what targets are available to us, and what would you like to ask for in the year ahead? Like if we look at it together for a moment, because there's a few of us on this live, and hopefully more people will watch it later. What can we ask for? Like if you just get the energy and the space and the consciousness of what you would desire to ask for, what can we ask for in the year ahead? If you get a sense of that right now, get a sense of the energy of it, get a sense of the space of it, get a sense of what actually might be possible. And just ask. See, and what you don't realize is the universe will provide if you ask. There's so many phenomenal possibilities available. Because remember, this reality is inside of you. This reality is far smaller than you. If you could imagine this reality occupying your little toe, the rest of you could create something totally different. Are you willing to be that large? Are you willing to be that phenomenal? Are you willing to be as phenomenal as you know you are, that you keep being frustrated at you for not choosing, that now is actually the time to choose? There's something so different possible and available, my beautiful friends. And you know it. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. And if you're like me, you know, for the past 4 days, I've been crankier than I have been in a very long time. And realizing that I have the energy to kill the stupidity around me really, really helped. So what energy, space, and consciousness can you be to kill all the stupidity and the unconsciousness and the unkindness in your reality, and of those in your reality with total ease? Everything that doesn't allow it, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shirts, boys and beyonds. Whew. So, Global Bars Day. How did we get so friggin' lucky? Tap into the space that people around the world are creating right now. Tap into the space of the enjoyment of it and the possibilities of it. And tap into what you know is actually possible. Because as we choose, we create. Your choice creates, my beautiful friends. As does mine, as does all of ours. And please realize, number one, you're not alone. Number two, you're not alone. And number three, you're still not alone. And number four, there's an entire universe that will contribute to you. All you got to do is ask. What else is possible if you actually ask and know that you actually have the capacity to receive and deserve to receive? And you know what? It's like all of us are people. You know what I mean? It's like all of us are living our lives. We're doing our thing. We're doing the best to do the best that we can. We're trying not to screw up too often. And you're not alone. We're all on a very similar journey. Please know that, and please know what a gift it is to have you on this planet right now. To have you on this planet running bars, to have you on this planet looking for other possibilities, to have you on this planet asking questions, and to have you on this planet in this reality knowing that this is not all there is. This is just the beginning, and we have just gotten started. Oh, one other thing I want to let you know, because I saw the thing about the ESC that somebody just posted. I did a New Year's Global ESC that is available for everybody. And if you haven't gotten yours, email someone. I have no idea who to email at this point. Access is growing dynamically, so I don't even know who to contact. Email someone. Yeah, that'll work. And maybe we'll post it under this video or something. Also, I did Surviving the Holidays, a 2-call teleseries that was my gift to you. As of January 15th, it's no longer going to be free. So if you want it or somebody else you know wants it, and let's face it, why would you not want it? It was my gift to you, and people have told me that it helped them not only survive the holidays, but thrive the holidays. You need to get to us, whatever contact you have, and contact us before January 15th, because after that, it is no longer free. So I gave it to all you guys. Hope you realize it was a gift and a contribution. Everybody else after this is going to have to find another way to get it. So I mean, yeah, they'll probably have to pay some money or something. I don't know. Maybe they have to make a, they'll go, I will bring, I don't know. Wouldn't it be awesome if we had it where you could be like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change 10 million people's worlds. And wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't it be cool if we could, recognize that we could do such things? Well, what if you can? What if you could actually change people's worlds to a degree that you've never been acknowledging? So my question is, what else is possible for you starting right now? Like right now, live it right now, be it right now. And what else is possible for you in this coming year? And what else is possible to end the stupidity that you've made yourself the effect of? What else is possible to end the unkindness that you have made yourself the effect of? What if instead of being the effect of it, you could just fucking kill it? And what if it's time? And for those of you that don't like the word fuck, I fucking apologize. I'm really fucking sorry. I shouldn't fucking do that. I'll fucking stop now. Okay. Well, I just eliminated my family from the conversation. I like to do stuff like that because, well, number one, it's fun. I like all the hearts and smiley faces going across the screen on that one. Oh, that's awesome. I love you guys. My people. And so I think I'm done for now. Man, there's so much I would like to say, because what I would like to do is I would like to invite you into a reality of possibilities. So could you ponder just for a moment what it would be like to live your life, all of it, from a reality of possibilities where there were no problems and where possibilities and joy were the basis for that reality? Whew. Everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Whew. Whew. We can do this thing, my beautiful friends. In fact, we are. It's time to actually know it and make that leap into the awareness you have of what's possible. All you really have to do is ask. Oh. All you really have to do is ask, and all you really have to do is be so earnest in your request that you're actually willing to have it. All of you can do it. I don't care where you're sitting right now and what you think about you, all of you can do it. I want you to know that so that you no longer doubt you no longer disable you and think that you can't, or believe that somehow you can't. Actually, you already are doing it. Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive it, we destroy and uncreate it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. I like that post. Awesome, let's make a revolution. Yes. Let's create a revolution of awareness and a revolution of possibilities that actually revolutionizes everything else, that allows the kindness and the joy that we are. The kindness and the joy that we've always hoped could be our world to exist. But it will not exist if you make yourself weak in the face of unkindness, if you make yourself weak in the face of stupidity, if you make yourself weak in the face of judgment or wrongness that other people project. It will occur if you go, you know what? Keep doing it and you die. That may have sounded kind of unkind, but it's one of the things we haven't been willing to have. We haven't been willing to have that we have an energy that can undo and kill stupidity and unkindness and judgment and wrongness. What if you do? So what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to kill all the stupidity, all the wrongness, and all the unkindness in your entire reality? Everything that doesn't allow it, right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay, my beautiful friends, I think I'm done for now. Look at my backyard, isn't it pretty? That's the bayou. That's the thing that flooded. See, what happened was, there's the bayou. Here we go. And it came up here, here, came up over there. Oh, and then came up over here, and flooded my house. But hey, 4 months later, my house looks better than it ever has before. How does it get any better than that? See this pool? It used to be a messy mess of mess and yuckiness. We had to have that redone as a result of the flood too. How does it get any better than that? But you know what? When you're willing to function from these tools, and the whole thing about these tools is they just work in your life. They just make your life a better place. Well, when you have a flood in your house, you really want to make sure you're using access tools. I'm just saying, whatever you got going on, maybe you're still with family this holiday season. I don't know, maybe you're with friends, whatever, you still want to use these freaking tools. So use the tools, have way too much fun. And what else is truly possible if you function from a world of possibilities, in a world of joy, in a world that has to have not even one problem in it? Happy 2018, beautiful people. Happy Global Bars Day. And what if you truly being you are the gift, the change, and the possibility this world requires? What else can we create together in the year ahead? Can't wait to see you in person. Bye. Have fun. Bye.